As you just said there, 2022 is shaping up to be a really exciting season. To look ahead to it all is Viddal Riley. Viddal, we're in a place you know very well. It's a bit of a trip down memory lane for you.
It is definitely like this. Looking at the board, even as we had this interview, and just looking at the years that I've been putting in, and now we're here at this point. I'm excited.
Exciting indeed. I mean, we heard the big news, didn't we? A few weeks ago, the big news that Brook, the fight that has been brewing for years, is finally happening. How excited are you that these two are finally going to get to meet in Manchester?
Oh, it's clearly highly anticipated, as we've seen by the sales. But no, it is a big one. It's a grudge match that's been brewing for years. And we know that both guys, as much as they've achieved a lot in their career, this will be remembered. This is one of those things that'll be remembered.
There's so much at stake as well, because it's pretty much bragging rights, isn't it? Because it's not necessarily who wins, but it's how the loser deals with it, because they've got to live with that forever.
Exactly, and that's why for both fighters, this can be more important than some of their world title fights that they've had in their careers, because this is a guy you don't want to see and be able to say, look, yeah, I beat you, but we can be cool now. Like, that's not going to be fun. So it's going to be a great fight.
Who's your money on that one?
Oh, I don't want to say anything yet. I don't like making predictions until I'm sure, and I'm not sure yet. So maybe when we see some of the countdown shows that I put together, I can make a better decision.
Well, Khan at the press conference, he was saying that he really feels that he's levels above Brook.
As he should feel, as he should feel that way. If he feels any other way, he's kind of in the wrong game. Like, he should feel that he's levels above Brook, but we know, as the people watching, that isn't the case. It is a very 50-50 fight, and it can go either way.
Well, it's not just a big night for Brook, because you yourself are going to be making your Sky Sports and Boxer debut. You've been out of the ring for, what, 2 years?
It will be almost 2 years to the day come Brook. And I actually can't wait to be back in the ring. I've done a lot, I've achieved a lot, but what I've been doing my whole life is boxing, and to actually be able to excel in that field, I'm excited.
And how's training going? Do you know who you're fighting yet, or are we still feeling that out?
So we haven't got any news on the opponent. I'm not too worried about it. I just focus on myself and what I need to do. Training's going well. The team is working very well together. Everyone gels, and I just can't wait to perform what I've been hiding for the past 2 years, improving in the dark.
There's going to be a lot of eyes on you.
A lot of eyes.
That fight sold out in, just under 10 minutes. So they're going to be all eyes on you. Does that add a bit of pressure, do you think?
I don't think so. Because, as much as the people will be in the arena, I'm used to getting millions of views. And I'm used to a lot of people watching what I do. And whenever I decide to do something, people tune in. So this isn't any different. This is my profession. This is what I've been doing.
But how is that? Because you just talked about your YouTube subscription there, your channel. How are you going to balance that along with the training?
A team. No one does everything alone. And you know what? Some people have a team that is only for boxing. I have a team that's for boxing. I have a team that's going to help me with the channel, clothing. These things are not all done by myself. I know it comes across that way. That's the illusion. But I have time to work on my craft whilst the other things are building. So
you got people working for you.
With me.
With you. Okay, you get that right.
Yes, with me.
We kick off with a massive show, at the end of January. It is, of course, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Liam Williams. There is no love lost between these two, and Chris Eubank Jr. is very much going into Liam Williams' den in Cardiff.
Yes, and I think that's when we see the best of Chris. I feel like Chris needs his back against the wall to really bring out those performances where he shines, and he's chosen to go there because he knows that as well. And I think
he kind of thrives in that.
He really does, and I think that's why we're going to see a very good performance from Chris, and he will want bigger things later in the year, and he knows that a performance at the end of Jan is dependent on that.
And we're hoping as well to see Clarissa Shields possibly on that card as well.
Yes, that's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting because that sets up nicely. We are hoping that one of the big fights next year is, of course, going to be Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Just put into context how big that fight would be. I am so excited about that one.
Huge, highly skilled operators. And that's what people need to look at first and foremost. That is what you need to see. There's two high-level boxers in there squaring off against each other. And they can bang a bit as well. They got punch power. That's a fight that it could end. It could end early, and we always like that. That's exciting.
Just to add on, that is a rivalry that is bubbling along.
Again, another.
There's a bit of spike there, which is what we like.
It's always extra special. It's always extra special to have a rivalry that's been brewing for years and not something that's just been made in months. It makes a big difference. It's been marinating, just like food. You got to let the food season.
Exactly. And then at the end of February, it is Josh Taylor. He's putting all his marbles on the line when he takes on Jack Casserole. A massive night and a huge risk for Josh, this one.
Yes, and I think at that level that Josh has reached, to be an undisputed champion, being the only champion in the division, every fight's a risk. Everyone's gunning for you. Every day you wake up, someone is thinking about you. But I think he's built for it, and he's proven that he's built for it. And I expect Josh to have another stellar performance.
But how much of a potential banana skin could Jack be?
Of course, every fighter can be a banana skin, and that's why we go through what we go through to ensure that none of these, mishaps really happen, and we've done everything in our ability. So, of course, Jack can come through and upset the division. But I can make a prediction early on this one.
Oh, really?
And I'm going with Taylor. I really think Taylor's an impressive boxer. I watch him, and I think a lot of the things he does are great.
He's a super talent, isn't
definitely.
he? And, of course, he's going to be in Glasgow as well, which... I mean,
he must be excited about
jumping.
Yes, he must be really excited about that, to be home. He spent time fighting in the US, had a couple of fights over there, and now to come home as the undisputed champion, I'm sure is one of his dreams. And I'm excited to see it.
Before we let you go, we have to touch on AJ Usyk, the rematch.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? Can AJ pull it back?
He can. I think.
What does he need to do then?
I think he can. I don't want to be giving the heavyweight champion of the world advice. I don't want to be giving the two-time heavyweight champion of the world advice, but we would want to see him just push him a bit more, not hang off him as much and just do what he done, but just with more injection of pressure and just not giving him the chance to move. And I think we can see a better result, a better outcome.
Really?
I do believe that. No, I do.
Because a lot of people are saying, Usyk's going to go away. We saw an impressive masterclass from Usyk last time out.
Yes, but he didn't.
He's going to go away and come back even stronger as well, and even bigger.
Of course, and that's what makes it interesting. But at the same time, we can't act like Usyk wasn't hurt in that fight, or that AJ didn't get to him at any points in that fight. He did with the strategy he used. So with a few alterations, anything can happen. And it's heavyweight boxing, and I know AJ's hungry, so. Who knows? I can't make a prediction for that one early either. I'm sorry. I only like to make them when I'm sure. I'm not sure yet, but I'm not writing AJ off because I know a lot of people go straight to Usyk.
Okay, get back off your fence.
Yep.
If you could pick one fight next year that you're looking forward to, the standout fight, what would it be?
Ooh, I'm very interested from a selfish point of view to see Canelo at Cruiserweight.
Yeah.
I want to see how he operates at a class that is way above where he should be. Definitely looking forward to that one.
Raised
and hopefully,
a few eyebrows, that decision, didn't it?
It did. And that's why I'm really interested to see if he's as dominant or if he can perform near how he does at 168. And obviously, I want to see Crawford and Spence get in there once and for all and just see that welterweight division have one solid, champion that's ranked highly in the pound-for-pound list.
And in terms of training for you over Christmas...
Oh, and my fight.
And your fight. We don't need your fight here. But what are you looking to achieve in the division? Because it is a cruiserweight division at the moment, especially domestically. It's thriving.
Well, I want to be a world champion. That is the ultimate goal. But in the short term, is to get active, is to, everything that we're working on in the gym, be able to perform it under the lights and step up accordingly, And once I'm back in the ring and I'm active again, I'll give you an update on how I feel. And then we can see. Are
you feeling a bit like you've got to make up for lost time?
Yes, definitely. My division has a lot of talent in there, a lot of people who have established themselves whilst I've been out. And I can't just look at them and say, I'm back now, I want you guys immediately. I have to go back in, get my activity. And those guys are there, and we'll see if they're still there when I'm ready to pounce.
Can you give me any names? I mean, we know you beat Crispin and Smith in the amateurs. You even beat Daniel Dubois in the amateurs as well. He's a different way, he's heavyweight. Mm-hmm. But can you give me a hit list?
I'm sure Crispin and Smith rematch would be big. I'm sure a fight with Richard as well at the right time will be big. There's Lawrence, there's Isaac Chamberlain, there's so many fighters in the cruiserweight division, British cruiserweights, that could be big fights just because they are big in the division regardless, not because they're from the UK or anything. So these are all potential big fights for the future.
I did wonder when Tommy Fury had to pull out of the Logan Paul fight.
Yeah.
I did wonder if you were going to throw your hat in the ring for that.
No, it's too short notice for Jake to fight someone like me. You got to have a full camp prep to fight me. So it's good to see Tyrone back in there getting a second chance at it.
Were you tempted?
I wasn't tempted because by the time I even thought about anything, Tyrone was already there. So didn't really give anyone else the opportunity to think, can I step in? Tyrone was there, so he took the opportunity. I'm happy for that, and I'm looking forward to my one on the Brook card.
So do you get to have a Christmas dinner in terms
of course,
of training?
Of course. Listen, Christmas dinner, I keep my weight nice. I keep my weight nice all the time, so I can have these privileges of a Christmas dinner. I'll enjoy it, and the training will continue the same way. But yeah, the belly has to be full to get the power out. So definitely going to be enjoying that Christmas dinner.
And it means if the belly's full, you'll have a good sleep.
Yes.
And you'll be rested to go again.
I'll be good.
That's it. Right. Enjoy your Christmas dinner.
Thank you. You as well.
Definitely. 2022 is shaping up to be an absolutely cracking season on Sky Sports. Do not miss it. Join us at the end of January.